Every big moment starts small.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store. Fuel the spirit.
This is a place where imaginations can run wild. Maybe it's time to come set yours free.
Now you can shop smarter at Canadian Tire. With same-day pickup or same-day delivery. So you don't have to shelve projects for later. Shop smarter at Canadian Tire.
Final four in women's soccer at the 2025 Canada Games in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Semi-final time. It's Alberta and Ontario for a spot in tomorrow's gold medal game. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Matt Little. Seth Hyde alongside for English language commentary for this one. Game also available in French with Mathieu Landry and Richard Provencher, if you would prefer. Seth anticipating a very good game between two powerful squads. Ontario had a bit of an easier time to get here than Alberta did. Alberta, of course, having to go all the way to penalties with Newfoundland and Labrador, but they're here, that's all that matters, and they've got a shot at the medals.
Yeah, Alberta having a pretty stressful road, as you mentioned. NL tying the game against them in the second half to force a dramatic PK shootout, but Alberta getting through with the chance to play for a medal. Their guys team picked up a silver, so let's see if they can get on the medal table in the women's side.
Also going on right now over at the Fortis Canada Games complex is the other semifinal between Nova Scotia and Quebec. So one of those teams and one of these two will meet for gold, and the other two will meet tomorrow for bronze. We will have coverage of both the bronze and gold medal games tomorrow here from King George V Soccer Stadium in St. John's, the oldest soccer-specific stadium in Canada, 100 years old, here for the Canada Games. All ready to go for this one. Ontario in the black and red uniforms, white and blue for Alberta. Team Alberta has scored 5 goals to get to this point. 11 for Team Ontario through their 2 games. Mentioned Alberta topped their group after winning that penalty shootout over Newfoundland and Labrador. Alberta winning the penalty shootout over Newfoundland, a 5-1 victory over Saskatchewan earlier in the group has got them here. Ontario topped their group. They had a bit of an easier time, 4-0 over Prince Edward Island and 7-0 over Manitoba, as Ontario won their group with a full 6 points. We've already played 4 games today, all in qualification. Saskatchewan over Manitoba, 2-2. Saskatchewan going through on penalties. Yukon over Northwest Territories, 0-0 with Yukon going through on pens. Prince Edward Island over Newfoundland and Labrador, 1-0. And BC topping New Brunswick, 5-0. So it'll be British Columbia versus Prince Edward Island tomorrow in the 5-6 game. Newfoundland and Labrador will take on New Brunswick in the 7th, 8th place game tomorrow, as well as, of course, the medals being played for tomorrow as well. Ontario kicks off, and we're underway here in this semifinal in women's soccer at the 2025 Canada Games. Right away, Ontario in deep for a throw in here after that one bounced off an Alberta foot and went out. Nembard throwing it in for Team Ontario. Alberta will get to it and send this one back out to the halfway line. Ontario waiting there, but some good pressure courtesy of Kuhn for Alberta. Alberta will play it back, finding in the midfield. Walia getting it up the pitch. Race back after it, goaltender out. And clearing that one away for Team Ontario, number 1, Madeleine Boucher. Now the Alberta goaltender will get her first touch of the game. That is Courtney Lesquich. In the middle of the park. Walia went down. Still there on it though, Team Alberta. And playing it back to the defense. Alberta will go all the way back to the keeper. And then once again back over to the left wing back. Pass stolen away by Ontario as Tapping took it away before the ball goes out into touch. Of course, the normal uniforms for both of these squads, both showing a few players with full sleeves going on there, Seth, as well today. A couple of layers out there on some of the players. It is a very cool day in St. John's.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like August. It feels like we're nearing Christmas time here at King George V.
Now barely over 10 degrees right now in St. John's. Ontario sending this one to the captain. Alberta will hustle back and they will clear that one away, taking the ball away from Nemard. Out for another Ontario throw here in the 3rd minute of the game. First shot of the game is well high, coming off the foot of Danica Medley for Team Ontario. Alberta over on the far touchline. Get about to half before Ontario gets in the way and steals the ball. And a foul conceded by Team Alberta, free kick for Ontario here in the 4th minute. Number 6, Cochran. Delivers for Ontario. It's a low ball. Cut away by Team Alberta. They'll look to stretch it down the field, but that's stopped up by Patterson. Good slide tackle by Team Alberta. Knocked the ball free, but Ontario back there. Russell playing it over to her defensive partner, and then back down the pitch. Good battle for the ball here. Medley attacking against Henderson. Ontario with the ball on the outside. That should be an Alberta throw, and it will be as the ball went into touch. Team Ontario coming back toward the middle of the park before that ball knocked away by Alberta. Keep your eye on number 3 for Team Alberta. Kaylee Dancox has 2 goals to lead her team thus far in the competition. 3 other players for Alberta have a goal each. It's number 15, Paige Rufer, for Ontario, leading her team with 3 goals in the competition. Also, Sydney Taylor, number 13, has 2 goals coming into this. Taylor starting today on the bench for Team Ontario.
Well, Dancox has played for 8 years, Matt, at the Nationals in 2024. She is a champion, winning with her club BTB from Edmonton, Alberta, the big city. She's had a wonderful tournament so far.
Lesquich getting out of her area to kick that ball back down the field for Team Alberta. It's been Ontario on the front foot here, 5 minutes gone in the opening half. Still scoreless here in this semifinal. Trip to the gold medal game tomorrow on the line. Loser of this match will also play tomorrow. They'll play for bronze against the loser of the other game going on right now between Nova Scotia and Quebec. As that ball goes off a foot just wide of the net. And we'll get the first corner of the match for Team Ontario, I believe.
Well, Team Ontario have picked up 11 goals in this tournament so far from 8 different goal scorers. Their goal scoring trickling right down the lineup, which is what you like to see as the coach.
Well, ideally puts a smile on their faces. Alberta communicating as the ball comes in for Ontario. First corner of the match, bounces around and stopped on the line by Lesquich. Fantastic stop by the Alberta goalkeeper. And the ball going back into touch, another throw for Team Ontario. Let's have another look at that save. Off a body, and Lesquich diving over to her left, keeping that one out of the net. Seven minutes gone here in the first half as Alberta takes possession over on the far touchline. Right onto an Ontario foot, and then Alberta again. Big pressure from Ontario. Alberta continuing to protect that ball, and then a foul against Ontario, and Alberta will get a free kick.
Well, Clara Monk going to be the one to take this free kick. An unbelievable player, or looked like she was going to be the one to take the free kick before she passed it back. She played at the Alberta Winter Games in futsal in 2020. She got first place at the FTF Canadian Edmonton Combine, as well as MVP in that. She was also shortlisted as a standby player for the U17 Canadian Soccer Camp in February, and again for the CONCACAF qualifiers in April. Committed to play NCAA Division I at Kent State University this fall.
Very impressive resume. As Alberta sends the ball forward, looking to challenge for the first time here in the game. An offside against Ontario, and Alberta will take possession once more. Shep behind the ball for Alberta. Chance of Berta breaking out from the bench, trying to encourage their side as Shep sends the ball long. Alberta will find that loose ball and just let it go out and take the throw in. Very quickly, Ontario to it. Patterson not wasting any time. Gets the ball ahead. Mora will run onto it. Mora trying to get into the box. Being boxed out well by Tabbitt. And now the ball out over that end line one more time. Another corner for Team Ontario.
Well, we saw in the game earlier today that corners don't mean anything. Team NL had 10 corners. PEI had 3. And guess who won the game? Team PEI scoring on one of 3 of their corners, which was the lone goal in the game for them to take home the 1-0 victory.
And the wind took that one away from Danica Menard as she tried to send it in for Ontario. And it ends up as goal kick for Alberta. Ontario will steal the ball back. Tapped backwards by Cardoso. Now Cochran under pressure. Alberta slides in to win the ball. Pass up ahead looking to spring the winger. Ontario reads that one very well. And now turned back over to Medley. Medley sends it in, and that will go over the keeper, but out wide of the net. That's another goal kick for Team Alberta, as Leskowicz has to grab that one out of the stands. Not a massive crowd here to see this semifinal today. Of course, the home team was in action earlier, so a larger crowd for Newfoundland and Labrador. I imagine the weather also playing a little bit of a factor today, but we'll see a big crowd tomorrow for the gold medal game, regardless of who's playing in it.
Sold out for the men's division.
Yeah, it was a massive crowd on hand for the gold medal game for the men's, and what a treat they got in that game. Going all the way to be decided on penalties, Team Quebec winning that. It was a spectacle I won't soon forget, Seth, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, even got to see the fans storm the pitch to go to the other side to get a good view of the PKs.
Alberta now in possession in the attacking half. Trying to move forward is Kuhn, but turned over. Ontario will play this one back to the keeper. Boucher sends it back to the defense as Alberta presses. Jones and Kuhn both in there. The ball will be sent out. And it comes back to Alberta again, a little miscommunication. Ontario will get back on it. Patterson over on the far side avoids a tackle. And the ball goes out. All the arms come up on the Ontario bench. Everybody suddenly playing referee, and it is a throw-in to Team Ontario. Patterson lofts that one down the pitch. Turned back by Alberta, bounces over a couple of heads. And now Alberta wins the tackle as they get it to Jones. Jones, long searching ball down the wing. This will find somebody. Colbert runs onto it. And Ontario gets back in defense. Kicks that ball into touch, and Alberta will have a deep throw.
Yeah, just wonderful, calm defending by Ontario. They haven't been tested very much on defense, but not panicking, not making this a fire drill.
Alberta trying to go back to Jones. That ball stolen away. And Ontario still can't clear their half. Second attempt will get out, only for Alberta to get right back in possession. Jones tried to play it out wide. Cochran got herself in the way for Team Ontario. And now Medley under pressure. And play gets stopped. This will be a free kick for Team Ontario. Nemhard, the captain for Team Ontario, lifts that ball. Running on toward the back line. Big slide from Alberta to kick that one out, but the whistle had gone beforehand. Free kick for Alberta to be taken by the goaltender, Leskowicz. Tabit back to Leskowicz. And she'll move it to the left wing back. Ontario stepping up, getting in the way. A chase after that loose ball. Goaltender out, and she will grab it. This time waving her players down the pitch. Everybody go. And here comes the long kick. Jones cannot control the ball. Shep ends up with it in control, though down on the pitch. And now that will roll into touch. Ontario throw. In again for Team Ontario. They'll send it all the way back to the D. Across here to Maya Russell, number 18. Russell sending it down the pitch, but the pass picked off. Alberta will spring the winger. Jada Jones, number 10, sending it back. Henderson, she sends a cross toward the top of the area that Ontario will deal with. Alberta will get back into possession. Henderson, around one. Now the ball knocked loose. And Ontario takes it back away. Searching ball forward, intended for Mora. Ontario still there. Out wide is Menard. Cross in, goaltender up. Doesn't matter, that one's out of play into the side netting. And a goal kick for Alberta here in the 17th minute of this scoreless first half.
Amelia Shep down in some discomfort for Team Alberta. Hope that she will be okay. She's a pretty good player for this squad.
Now look at Shep out there being seen to by the trainer. Just checking out that left leg.
Well, there's the replay of the challenge right there as she goes down.
Now colliding with Sabrina Mora of Ontario, and Shep getting the worst of it. So these moments, always a chance to go over things with the coach, talk things out. Everybody gets to come together and talk about what they've seen so far for the competition. Where are the spaces we can exploit? What changes do we need to make to the game plan? As Shep is back up on her feet. Now, smiles on the face of both Shep and the trainer. That's good to see. She'll have to come off the field on the injury stoppage, but should be able to get waved back on by the official. Now, Shep will just take a spot on the touchline and wait to be waved back on. 19th minute of the match. Here in the semifinal. Semifinal number 2 also being played right now between Quebec and Nova Scotia. Quebec looking to advance on to the final and see if they can sweep the soccer medals here at the 2025 Canada Games. Back underway with Team Alberta. Ontario pressing those defenders. Alberta keeps it away and then drives it down the line. Another one in for Jones and stolen away by Ontario. Jones is down as play continues. Cardoso plays it back into the middle, stolen away by Team Alberta. Malia playing it back. Malia under pressure, uses the body to protect the ball. Now turned over to Team Ontario. Out toward the wing. Alberta got a foot on that, kicked it into touch, and a throw in for Team Ontario. Patterson over to take the throw. And one of her teammates now down. As this has already been a physical semifinal. Now it's Capola Tapping, who was down for Team Ontario, but looks to be getting back up. And a sub for Ontario. Capola Tapping is coming out of the match.
Colangelo coming in. Capola Tapping, one of the players that was a part of Canada's U15 CONCACAF bronze medal team. So a tough loss for Team Ontario in this one. Going to try to rally around and win this one for her now.
And Capola Tapping, Medley, Nemhard, Rufer, and Opong all on that U15 Team Canada bronze medal winning CONCACAF championship squad. But nonetheless, Colangelo into the match for Team Ontario, wearing number 17. And there she is right there. Ball back in, and it'll bounce right back out. Another Alberta throw. Chested down by Patterson. Cochran heading it down. And the ball once again out into touch. This time it's to Team Ontario. Alberta stops the Ontario attack. The ball sent back up the pitch by Shep. And now it's Ontario back down the field. Are they onside? They are not. Flag goes up, and that will stop this rush for Team Ontario.
Yeah, just unlucky from Team Ontario. We've talked about it all week. The lineswomen not afraid to raise that flag. They're not giving any teams any space to make an error because it could cost them the game.
Sabrina Mora caught offside for Team Ontario. As Alberta drives it back up the pitch. Patterson moving it forward again for Ontario. A touch from Colangelo, but cannot get there. That's an Alberta throw once again. Mora for Team Ontario. Gets around a defender. Plays the ball to Colangelo. She's unable to come through. Collided with the Alberta player, and the ball went out. Still to be Ontario possession as Patterson comes over for another throw. Isaiah Patterson puts it into play. Takes a return pass. Bouncing up, Alberta gets bodies to it, but can't clear it past Cochran. Now running on to it is Jones. And Jones starts up the pitch for Alberta. She's shown some good speed a couple of times. Ontario coming across, winning that ball, and it will go out. Good hustle by Maya Russell. Just can't quite keep the ball in play.
Yeah, excellent job by Russell there. Just put her head down and get to work. Really, really well done from the center back to get back hard. And now Ontario have a throw-in.
Alberta up making noise. Despite the miscue on that last throw-in, it will be Ontario ball. Nemhard throwing it in for Ontario. Sent down the pitch. This will roll back toward the Alberta D. Be taken by Tabbitt. And she'll get it back to the goalkeeper, Leskowicz. Getting it away over to the other side of the pitch. Patterson stepping up for Team Ontario. Patterson delivers back across, and that one will go out for a goal kick. And both of these teams capable of striking very, very quickly when they get the opportunity. Ontario's been controlling possession a little bit more. Alberta's been looking for that counterattack, especially with Jones down the right wing. Cochrane pressing for Ontario. And the ball put into touch. This will be an Alberta throw.
This is the first ever time that women's soccer has been played here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador at the Canada Summer Games in 1977. It was just the men's. So good to see the females here and taking over the sport in Canada, obviously winning the gold medal in 2020 in Tokyo. So soccer growing, not only on the men's side, but the female side even more. They've been in these games since 1993 and haven't looked back since.
Shot on target from Jones, easily dealt with by the keeper. Now Nemhard for Ontario. She will get it back to the goaltender, Boucher. Back out to Nemhard. On the attack is Medley. Long searching ball picked off by Alberta. Shep taking it away. Now Kuhn couldn't handle it. One back. Medley for Ontario. Steps in to take the shot, but it's blocked off a body. And Alberta will look to bring it back. Does she have options? Kuhn will send it into the middle of the park. Walia's there. But then it's lost to Cochrane. Sends it back to the D for Team Ontario. Trying to keep it away until they can find some space. Alberta will send this ball bouncing down the wing over on the far side, and that will bounce out of play. Alberta throw coming here in the 27th minute.
So Ontario, the defending champions of women's soccer, taking down Quebec at home in Niagara in 2022. Here looking to defend their title against a strong Alberta side. We could see a rematch too, if we're not careful, as Quebec on the other side against Team New Brunswick, who has been a fairy tale run in this tournament so far.
Team Nova Scotia taking on Quebec over on the other side. You're already looking ahead to Newfoundland and Labrador against New Brunswick tomorrow in their final game.
Got it mixed up. Well, that did actually go to penalty shootout. New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, they tied 2-2, and it went to a shootout. I had thought that New Brunswick had won. My apologies, it is Nova Scotia. So the same four teams except for Ontario as our male side. Ontario got 5th on the male side this year, as they were put in a group of death with Saskatchewan and BC.
It is very, very tough. All of these programs have done so well just to get this far, to be at the semifinals, be guaranteed to play for a medal. Alberta, Ontario, Quebec, and Nova Scotia. But of course, only one can be truly at the top of the table. And they've all believed they got a shot to do it. On the outside, Colangelo for Team Ontario. Passes back. Ontario still there, Mora. She'll take the return pass. Mora skips it across the turf. That goes off an Alberta foot. Ontario stays in possession. Cochrane looks to send it out wide, but was off balance. Alberta will win it. Cochrane trying to win it back, but a nice job by Colbert. Was down, but still was able to get her foot on that ball and control it. Walia. Back for Alberta. Up ahead. Pass looking for Kuhn. Stopped. And Ontario will pick it back up, but that's a foul against Team Ontario. Alberta hustling to get the ball back down so they can get moving. Out wide on the far side of the pitch. Zumwalt unable to come through for Team Alberta. Patterson for Ontario. Gives it to Menard. Now Cochran out for Patterson again, right on the touchline. Swings it in toward goal. 2 players after it, 1 for each team. And it bounces off of them and down to the goalkeeper, Leskowicz.
Well, Leskowicz of Beaumont, 8 years playing soccer. Club team St. Albert Impact U16. Got second place at the APDL Indoor Provincials, as well as third place in 2025 in the APDL Indoor Provincials in both U16 and U17. So a silver and a bronze, playing her age and then a year up.
Ontario back on the attack. As Roofer sends the ball forward, Alberta will stop that attack. Nice turn away from Cochran. But the ball sent forward into double coverage. On the wing, Jones for Team Alberta. Unable to spin her way past the defender. She'll get it back to Monk. And now forward, bouncing down. Alberta trying to control that bouncing ball. It comes back to Ontario, taken away by Cardoso. And now it's Colangelo. Moved up ahead, defender falls, a chance to get on this ball for Mora. Space gets closed down, and the ball put out, but Ontario will take the corner. Nice job by Shep getting back for Team Alberta. And cutting off Mora, who looked like she was free and clear. Ontario will get the corner kick here in the 32nd minute. It'll be Danica Medley coming over to deliver it. It's a deep kick. Ontario gets the header down, just wide. And that was the goaltender putting that ball out wide. Leskowicz defending her goal. And Ontario will get another shot at the corner, this time from the other side. Get a second look at that one. Up and ball down onto the turf. And Leskowicz has to be there at the post to steer that ball wide. Great job to get up and head that ball down, not over the net. This time it's Alberta getting in the way. Ontario tries one, then 2 shots. Second one pops up in the air and is caught by Leskowicz. Third minute of the match, still scoreless as Alberta survives the back-to-back corner kicks. Beautiful spin. Walia gets that ball away.
Brilliant.
Onto the wing for Henderson. Can Henderson deliver a cross? Defender gets in there to steal the ball. Henderson trying to get it back, or at least force a corner. It comes out. Ontario will send this one out of play for a throw for Team Alberta. Nemhard getting back in defense for Team Ontario. Really well done. Henderson gets the cross this time around. Nobody there. Knocked out and now on the rush. Taken down, and that'll be a foul against Alberta as Medley is knocked to the turf. Or Patterson knocked down, excuse me. Walia showing off that fancy footwork for Team Alberta on that last attack. Now Ontario. Time ticking down here in the first half as it's played toward goal, and Leskowicz takes it.
Well, let's watch this stuff by Walia once again. There's a beautiful turn, and then look at that spinorama. And then she'll slip the ball through. That was some gorgeous stuff from her. Well done.
Yeah, great job evading defenders and made the pass while being knocked down to the turf. Really good stuff from Walia. Shot blocked. Ontario shot blocked again. Alberta getting it done on defense as that ball is cleared out, but all the way back by the Alberta bench. And they like that. Five minutes left in the first half. As that ball takes a bounce off Ontario and out. And it will be an Alberta throw this time around. Zumwalt to throw it in for Team Alberta. Ontario pokes it free right away. Now a little possession for Ontario as Patterson comes forward. Patterson still on the outside, trying to get through three defenders. Alberta stops her. And it's Walia over on the touchline again. Zumwalt finds a partner. Alberta gets it to Kuhn. She'll deliver that ball down the sideline. Running onto it. Ontario will get there and clear it out. Good play for Team Alberta. Comes up a little bit short. They'll get the throw here in a good position. Zumwalt throws it in again for Alberta. Walia unable to get that one into the net. Knocked away Ontario with the switch. Colangelo sends the ball to the corner of the area. Alberta will get back to it. Well done by Tabbitt. Back bouncing ball all the way to the middle of the field. Jones unable to turn that corner, but Alberta will get the throw in. With now 37 minutes gone here in the first half. Just 3 before stoppage time. As Alberta pops it up and out. And will come down somewhere in the Ontario faithful. Or back in Rennie's River behind the stadium, one of the two.
It'll end up on Kitivity Lake.
So new ball in for Nemhard. Gets us back underway. Knocked down, foul on Alberta, and Nemhard to redo the throw. Or excuse me, take a free kick. And a card is going to be shown to Walia of Team Alberta. Knocking down Cardoso. First yellow card of the match here, 2 minutes away from the end of the first half. Nemhard. Still waiting behind the ball. Here we go. Alberta will clear that just outside the area. And sent forward and gobbled up one more time by Leskowicz. Leskowicz has certainly been the busier keeper of the two throughout this first half. Yeah, she launches that ball back toward the middle. Players falling once again, and another foul goes against Alberta. Another Ontario free kick. As the referee has a quick word with Clara Monk. Into the final minute of this first half, ahead of stoppage time. Needless to say, if Ontario could hit here right at the end of the first half, it would really change the complexion of this game. Delivered along the ground. Alberta will block that. Ontario back in through the bodies. And that is scooped up as it does get all the way through the crowd, but all the way down to Leskowicz. And she makes an easy grab. Eyes on the fourth official as the board about to come up.
2 minutes.
2 extra minutes here in the first half, as Alberta gets ready for another throw-in.
Myself and Matt have yet to see a goal in the first half today. Can Alberta change that late here?
Zumwalt throws it in for Team Alberta. Cochrane will hustle back onto it for Ontario. Ontario keeping it away from Jones as they get it out to Nemhard. Nemhard forced to go backwards to Russell. Now Cochrane again. Up the pitch. That one takes a bounce. Players go down, and it's Cochrane coming away with it. Now Alberta steps up to take up away a pass, but it's right back to Ontario. Menard. Back to Rufer. Medley. Searching ball for Patterson. On the wing, Patterson attempts to send it in, and that's blocked off the body of Shep. Goes out for another Ontario throw.
Shep has been so fantastic for Alberta so far in this game. Not afraid to put her body on the line to block those balls. She's made a couple of great defensive plays, just like the one we just saw moments ago.
Ball delivered by Ontario and taken away by Leskowicz. Tracks that ball and makes sure it does not find anybody who might have been waiting at the other post. Late in the first half as Alberta tries to go long. And that will be the end of half number one. So we finished the same way we started, 0-0 between Alberta and Ontario here in half number one of this semi-final matchup in women's soccer at the 2025 Canada Games. Certainly lots of opportunities in that half, more for Ontario than Alberta, but still stuck at 0, Seth.
Yeah, I mean, a great half from both teams. Super defensive, obviously. Both goaltenders not seeing too much action on target, except for that right there.
Well, there's been a few toward Leskowicz. Again, she has been busier. She's been very active.
It's been a pretty physical game as well. There's a couple examples of it right there. Look, both teams not afraid to throw around the body in this one. Looks very physical play in this matchup. The wear and tear, look at that spinorama. The through ball right there, still physical play.
Stay with us. The semifinal continues in a few moments here at the Canada Games.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh,
Hey.
the diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
Calling St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you the subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
This is my grandfather's flag from 1969. I've been pretty interested in coming to the games since I've seen everyone else in my family do it. No, it's really exciting to continue this legacy.
My brother and I both grew up in a house that always had the games. Mom and Dad were on mission staff, always talked about the pride of PEI. Now to see the kids both wear green, it's just special.
Thank you.
So Bill McKinnon of Charlottetown, PEI, won the 100-meter dash in the Canada Games.
For millions of Canadians, too much screen time is a big issue. But for millions of others, zero screen time is an even bigger one. We're committed to growing digital inclusion.
It takes a village to raise an athlete. For more than 120 years, Marine Atlantic has connected our sports communities with the people, places, and games they love.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
A strong performer
uses power wisely. The Toyota BZ4X is the official electric vehicle of the 2025 Canada Games. See our full electrified lineup at shoptoyota.ca.
Legends aren't born. They're built. Icons don't become icons overnight. What you hear about is the achievement. What you see is the result. But greatness is built on wellness. So here's to heroes unsung, efforts unseen, and distant dreams humbly attained.
In the quiet of the morning calm, where the sun rises at the dawn, and the birds sing their waking song, there's a story to be told. So if you hear a teller telling you a tangled tale, or maybe two, rest assured, every word is true, especially the bits they make up.
Precision, vision, and strategy. The skills that make a great golfer are the same ones that make a great law firm. McInnes Cooper, an official sponsor of the 2025 Canada Games. Meet us on the course. Come celebrate our sponsorship on August 22nd.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
For generations, we've been nurturing the communities where we live and work. Providing space to grow and preserving the environment that surrounds us. Because we understand that when we invest in communities, we invest in the future. Crosby, committed to community.
time, it's my time, it's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time, it's my time, it's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time, it's my time, it's my time.
A full life means something different to everyone. However you define a full life, we're here, paving the way for better access to care and empowering you every step of the way.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO.
We are ready for the second half. Women's soccer semifinals. Ontario and Alberta 0-0 through 40 minutes of play. 40 minutes left to decide. And if we can't, we will go to penalties. It's already happened multiple times today in some of the other qualification games. It's already happened to Team Alberta in this competition. They've only played 2 games, and they've already had to go to a penalty shootout once. They don't want to do it again. But they will need to find a way to get one past Team Ontario. Everybody just trying to stay warm out there on a frigid day in St. John's. Welcome to the Rock. We've gone from 35 degrees to about 8 right now. It's really been a tale of 2 different weeks here at the Canada Games, but the sport has been fantastic all the way around.
Yeah, our weather has definitely had an identity crisis here in the month of August. We started off Florida, now we're Antarctica.
About the size of it right now. So here come the teams back out onto the pitch. Ontario in black and red, Alberta white and blue. And it will be Alberta to kick off here in the second half. Iris Opong, number 14, coming into the game for Team Ontario. Danica Menard, number 16, coming out at halftime. And Ontario gets going quickly. Made more changes as well. Number 13, Sydney Taylor, onto the pitch for Ontario as well. And the goaltender has changed for Team Alberta. Courtney Leskowicz coming out of the game. Jill Varney coming in. So plenty of changes at the half as the coaching staffs try to look for some sort of an advantage, something that their teams can do.
I mean, right now there's nothing too broken in each team's lineups. So I think the coaching staff right now is saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just making 2 subs at halftime. Again, their lineups have worked out pretty great so far. Almost too good for each other. That's why this is 0-0.
Ava Buck also into the game for Team Alberta, wearing number 13. Now on the pitch in white and blue. Cochran for Team Ontario. Sends it back to the defense. Russell out to Roofer. Roofer, long delivery in for Team Ontario. And out to grab this one is Varney. Jill Varney, number 1, the new goaltender for Team Alberta, after a fantastic first half by Leskowicz. Bouncing ball found by Ontario, kicked up in the air. Then Alberta driving it back up. Alberta gets it ahead to Jones. Little chip forward, they'll run onto it. Trying to spring it forward for Colbert. That did not work. Delivered in again, and an Ontario header sends that away. Jones puts it back in, into the keeper's hands. It spills onto the pitch, but she's got plenty of time and space, no worries there, as Boucher picks it up for Team Ontario. Boucher will roll that out to Roofer. Roofer gets herself to center and then finds the wing. Alberta trying to turn it back. That's off a body. Walia trying to show off those spin moves again. Doesn't work this time. It's taken away by Taylor. Taylor will play it out wide, then delivered in and blocked directly off the noggin. Taylor again for Ontario. Gets it to the top of the box. This one will bounce over one and then cleared out off the foot of Shep. Turned over to Alberta and then turned right back over to Ontario. Alberta will just play this one into touch.
Alberta have been so good in tight spaces in this game, and there's a great example of it. Beautiful, beautiful passing from them to create that opening, to create that opportunity. Obviously, Ontario's defense, stellar, getting back and recovering. But Alberta just have a way to find space, and they've done it all game here.
They've been able to connect under some hard pressure. Ontario certainly not giving up a whole lot of space in this game. As Varney gets it back and drives it ahead. Ontario will stop it here at the top of the box. Ball's still there. Goaltender came out to claim it, but it was cleared away. And that'll go back into touch for another Ontario throw. 5th minute of this second half. Still scoreless. As Ontario puts it back into play. Alberta winning it back from Taylor. Walia sends it long. Roofer there to stop it for Ontario. Sydney Taylor this time, sending the ball long for Team Ontario. Who's going to run onto it? The answer is Varney, the goaltender. Sends it up, hits the tree, and falls back into the field, as opposed to into the backyards, next door to King George V Park. Cross from Ontario, and too far out of play. The Alberta fans continue to make a ton of noise.
Well, Ashlyn Walia, the 15-year-old out of Calgary, has played soccer for 10 years, plays for the Calgary Foothills Soccer Club. She has been not only great, but outstanding in this game for Alberta, finding that space, dribbling like her fellow number 11, Neymar Jr. out there, making it look easy and having a wonderful, wonderful game. She represented her country, Canada, in a U17 camp over in Spain, playing a year underage. And she also won first place in the President's Day tournament in Arizona, playing a year up in the 2008 APDL Foothill Girls. She's a good player to have out there.
Very good. Certainly the Foothills program, one of the best, as this one is launched up and out. Blocked, and it'll go for another Ontario corner. Great defensive play as Ontario continues to threaten here in the second half.
Alberta bailing out their goaltender right there. That would have been a tough spot to make a save, but the defense coming up large, making a huge stop and doing it again here.
Nobody can find the shot that time. This time around from distance, it's up high and wide. So opportunities for Ontario here in the early going second half. Well, we remain 0-0 here in this women's semifinal. The other semifinal going on between Quebec and Nova Scotia. And the two winners will meet tomorrow for gold. The two losers will meet tomorrow for bronze. No harm, no foul, says the referee, as Walia and Mora both went to ground. This time we do get a foul, and it'll be Alberta ball. Walia will leave it for Shep. And Shep delivers. Just to the top of the area, off the head of Jones. Bounces down, and Ontario will take the safe play, putting this into touch. Nemhard sending the ball out.
Well, Amelia Shep, another experienced player on this Alberta team, 10 years playing the sport. Plays for the APDL Foothills OAG team. Played in the Wild Games 2025 League One and AMSL in 2025, winning gold in indoor provincials in 2024. She was also captain of the high performance program in 2023-2024. Another great player for Team Alberta. And you know what, I gotta say, most of the players on this Alberta team put in novels about themselves in their bios. So a huge shout out to this Alberta team for making our lives easier up here in the broadcast booth.
Well, some teams, 2 weeks into the Canada Games, their bio information never ever did appear. Oh, as this one is driven just over the top. And some of them told us everything we would ever want to know. I feel like I know them personally at this point after getting all this info. But hey, write it all down, get it in there, be proud of your accomplishments. Every single one of these players to get to this point, to be on these Canada Games teams representing their provinces and territories, they're the best of the best. And on Canada's biggest stage, no problem taking a little moment to bask in the sunlight. Looking for a way through, good spin move one, but then into the defender and down. Taylor will tap the ball back for Ontario. And will come in again along the wing. Spinning off, and then double teamed. Finally forcing that ball out. Medley doing all kinds of work for Team Ontario. And wins the corner, which they will take short. Nemhard delivers it in. That's blocked, and Alberta sends it out. Actually went off Ontario as they tried to keep it in, so it will be an Alberta throw over on the far side.
Well, Alberta's new goaltender here in this second half, Jill Varney, national MVP in 2024, BTB Player of the Year in 2023, and BTB Top 11 Players in 2023 and 2024.
And Alberta just made another change with number 4, Abigail Hopwood, coming into the match. And it's number 4 there on screen.
The 16-year-old out of Calgary has played for 10 years, plays for the Calgary Rangers back home.
52nd minute of the match.
Sub being made for Team Ontario. Chiamaka Omize coming into the game. Danica Medley checking out. Omize with 1 goal in this tournament so far. Looking to add to that tally. And add to it in a big way in a big game.
Yeah, Omize is another good weapon for Team Ontario. And Medley has done a lot of running in this game. So she's earned a rest. Alberta delivers this ball down the field. Touching it forward for Hopwood. Alberta still there. Good job to move out. Gets knocked down, and she'll win the free kick.
An easy call for the referee there, just outside of the 18-yard box. Look, there's one grab, and I think it's that second infringement, although honestly not as bad as the arm grab at first. The arm grab is what caught the official's attention, and then the tackle at the end was the cherry on top for that foul.
So foul against Colangelo. As the referee moves back the 3-person line. Walia for Alberta to deliver the free kick. Puts it in, off a header, it'll fall wide.
For Madeline Boucher in between the sticks for Ontario, that's a split-second decision you got to make. Am I going to stay or am I going to go? And by her going out, it kind of pressured Alberta a bit more to get that shot off quickly, almost paying off for Alberta, but it ended up paying off for the goalkeeper. And this is still a 0-0 game. Great read by Boucher for Ontario.
One of the best opportunities Alberta have had in this game. We remain 0-0 as Cochran brings it forward for Ontario. Alberta stealing the ball and moving forward again. Down the wing, and it did go out.
Unlucky.
Ava Buck not able to keep it in for Team Alberta. That'll be Nemhard for Ontario. Nemhard's throw headed by Team Alberta. It'll fall to Cochran. She'll find a teammate. And Ontario gets moving. Trying to find space down the wing, stolen away by Henderson of Alberta. And played off an Ontario foot, out into touch for an Alberta throw.
Yeah, what a great play by Henderson. Staying cool, staying calm, and winning the throw-in off the shins of the Ontario player.
Henderson back in the battle. She'll send the ball toward the center circle. Ontario gets a boot to it there. This will bounce into the Alberta area. They have a little bit of trouble dealing with that ball, but eventually do get rid of it. And all the way out by the volunteer tent over there where the trainer's hanging out. Nemhard throws it back in for Team Ontario. Nemhard launches it in, off an Alberta header. Off an Ontario header. Into the box again, turning, firing, up over the top and wide. As these teams continue to struggle to find the net. Cochran unable to win the ball. Bouncing along the line, it does go out for an Alberta throw. Good effort to keep it in. Alberta throws it back into play. Moved by Monk. She's double teamed but holds on to the ball. It'll come back to Monk. Has to get rid of it quickly. Monk again, now to the wing. Popped up, headed on by Cochran. And a foul indicated against Ontario, blocking Alberta, and Alberta will get the free kick. Tabbitt drives it forward for Team Alberta. Patterson clearing for Ontario. Good header by Alberta. The defensive clearance, courtesy of Shep. Hard work for Alberta as Buck can't find a way forward. And now it's Rufer back down the field for Team Ontario. Their leading scorer takes a shot, it's blocked. Put back in, off a boot. As Alberta tries to settle this thing down, Ontario pressuring hard, they'll win it right back. Still on it, forward, and Alberta will clear out of the danger zone. Ontario puts it right back in. That's out wide over the back line. Alberta feeling it as this game continues to be punishing. '59th minute of the match as Varney delivers. Ontario gets to it very quickly here. Can't get a good look in, but this time out by the flag, and Alberta player down. That's going to stop play.
Looks like a card might be shown here, Matt.
Well, the Alberta fans are shouting for one.
Referee has one hand in her pocket.
Waving on the trainer here. So we'll take a moment with the player down. That's the collision. Just a push on the back. Omise getting the hands in. Alberta players gone back to the bench for more instructions from the coaching staff. Time continues to move by here in the second half. We're already halfway through it. And still tied at 0. Ontario in the huddle on the pitch.
And they're having a great time.
Yeah, they look like they're feeling loose.
Sun starting to peek through the clouds as well. So, I mean, everybody should be smiling with the sun finally showing here today.
We'll see exactly what we get the rest of the way. So we're ready to get back underway. Alberta will have the free kick. This will be taken by Shep as we get going one more time. Driven forward by Team Alberta, but off an Ontario header. Rufer out wide for Ontario, finds Nemhard to Cochran. Trying to take the return pass, Alberta breaks it up. Ontario will look for a way forward again. Alberta stealing away the ball. Buck. Pass a little bit too far for the intended target, but the clearance went off a body. Alberta rushed onto it, but could not get there in time. Now Ontario prevented from getting down the field with a block.
I mean, under a lot of fire, Alberta have stayed calm. You know, this Ontario team is pretty fast and furious. They've been together for a while. They play well together, and it's hard to defend them, but Alberta have done an amazing job so far.
Almize into the middle looking for Taylor. That's broken up. Alberta 1-on-2 here, trying to charge down and get control of the ball. They will. Everybody hustling back as Alberta. Nice moves around Patterson. Still in possession. Finds a teammate, Walia. It'll end up going off her foot and out for an Ontario throw-in. Again, a lot of contact going on down there. Offside. Mora found herself a little bit of space. Found it by getting ahead of that back line as the flag comes up against Ontario. Driven back down the pitch again by Alberta. Flicked on, a chance to run onto it, and just getting the body in the way is Maya Russell, and not letting Alberta come forward to attack that ball. The goaltender's got time to grab it. Here's Taylor for Ontario. Plays the ball forward. Defender will stop it up as it was intended for Nemhard. Now along the line. Alberta still in possession. Fighting her way forward is Henderson. Henderson changes directions, plays it out to the wing. The cross is down low, little touch on it and out.
That's some beautiful, beautiful defending by Team Ontario.
And Alberta have earned themselves a corner. Is this their first one of the match? It might be. Second one. Third. Well, it hasn't been as many as for Team Ontario.
Yeah, Alberta having those two corners in a row earlier on in the second half.
Short delivery for Team Alberta. And Ontario steps up to take it away. Rufer on the rush. Rufer making her way down the pitch. Ball ahead. Almize back to Rufer. Rufer will take the shot. It's wide.
What a great shooting attempt by Rufer there. That's a tough one for the goalkeeper to get. Just pulling back, hoping for the best, aiming for that near post, which is a tough shot as a shooter. Just testing out the goalkeeper. Love a shot like that.
And one of the hardest shots we've seen as well. That thing absolutely flying.
Well, look at this defensive breakup right here. What a great read. Unbelievable by Team Ontario. Then there's the shot by Rufer. Had a bit of dip on it. Love that shooting attempt from her. Unlucky finish.
Yeah, Alberta trying to get something going off of the corner, which they took short, but read very, very well by Ontario, and they end up with a dangerous chance out of it. That's how quick both of these teams are capable of counterpunching. Zumwalt throwing it in for Team Alberta. Walia has done it all for Team Alberta. Plays it back, and then the ball sent forward right up to midfield. Cochran tapping it back to Rufer. Rufer will send it down the wing. Alberta steps up to take that away. And it's Walia back on it, but spun herself off the ball. Cochran sent it forward looking for Mora. Didn't get there. And this will bounce out at the halfway point. Opong puts it back in for Team Ontario as we get back underway. Opong finds Taylor, finds Rufer. Back over half as Rufer sends it out to the wing. Nemhard back in. And Rufer had it knocked off her foot and then touched it again. Throws the ball down in frustration, and she's going to get a card for it, as that was a Alberta throw.
Yeah, it's important that both teams keep their emotions in check at this point of the game. Lucky for Nemhart, that wasn't a foul. That was just out of frustration. But these teams got to be careful of the challenges they make. Got to be careful of their arms, that they don't flail those too much so they don't get caught on a handball. These are the time of the games where the referees don't put the whistle away. So you got to be very careful what you concede in these final moments.
And some big important players sitting on a yellow card right now for both teams. Bouncing around as the ball goes back into touch one more time. Alberta substitution. Hustling off the pitch is Zumwalt. Number 16, Elise Hornick, coming into the game for Team Alberta. And their big collision, Ontario comes up with the ball. Opong sends it into the middle, and that's blocked. Blocked again. Two good chances for Ontario, and both of them find a white shirt. Alberta, long searching ball. They'll run on to it, should get there to keep it in. And it just stays in play. Things going to be stopped up here. And a second look at the foul there.
Again, got to keep your emotions in check at these moments of the game. Got to be careful of the challenges you're laying down.
And the sub made again as Toy comes into the game for Henderson. Henderson's done a lot of running so far for Alberta in this game as well. And you start to get to the point in this game, Seth, where you start to think about who are my set piece takers. Here's a set piece right now on the corner for Alberta. Popped up, shot back through, just over the top. Dancock's on 2 goals in the tournament, almost 3. That was just barely over the crossbar.
Again, love a shot like that. Great way to test your luck. Tough to see as a keeper, you know, through that crowd. It just dips down at that last second. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, really good. She doesn't take the time to take a touch. She just hits it out of the air.
Yeah, not giving the keeper that time to get settled and get ready for the shot. She just puts it right on right away. Love that shot attempt. Almost giving Alberta the lead. And this is the time of the game, Matt, where we're going to see a lot of substitutions as both teams gearing up for penalty kicks. I know that's like a swear word here while the game is still going on, but both teams are going to start thinking about it, going to start thinking, who's my best penalty kick takers? Who should I put into the game? Should I keep my goalkeeper in or sub out to put in a new goalkeeper? So we'll start to see these decisions being made on the benches.
We've seen them. Both teams have made 5 subs.
Forget I said anything, folks.
I don't think they've got any left. So Alberta did change their keeper back at the start of the half, of course, putting Jill Varney in. Hopwood, Toy, Buck, and Hornick have all come into the game for Alberta. Kaminsky-Ross, Omize, Taylor, Opong, and Colangelo have all come into the game for Ontario.
Ontario shifting around their entire midfield, subbing out all 4 midfielders. So completely reshaping the middle of the pitch. And let's see if this will pay off for them in these last 8 minutes.
Now we've seen the changes, as we didn't see a lot out of Paige Rufer in the first half as she was playing further back. She's played further forward in this second half, and I've called her name a lot more. Around one, shot into the side netting.
Alberta are just so good in those tight spaces. They stay so calm. They know how to find the space. They're so aware. They're always looking, scanning, looking and scanning. Even when they don't have the ball, they're looking around to see their space. I mean, that's just such a wonderful fake right there. Stepping up, taking the chance, taking the shot. Again, just sliced it a bit too far to the right. Alberta gaining some momentum here.
They really are.
You know, if you're Alberta right now, you're going to want to kill off this clock because you have the upper hand in penalty kicks. You've already done it once, so you're going to want to kill off these last 7 minutes of play to get back to spot kicks because you know you have the advantage and you've been here before already this tournament, not even 48 hours ago.
I'm sure both teams would love to win this thing in regulation, but yes, absolutely. Alberta's already shown that they've got the nerves to get through that. And they just might be able to do it again against Ontario. Ontario pressing right now. Ball along the ground, picked up, shot, turns, fires, and hits Shep for her millionth block of the game. On the outside now for Ontario. Rufer finding some help. Nemhard sends it in for Ontario. That'll be blocked by Alberta. And cleared. Back to the halfway line. Alberta gets possession again, but gives it away. Then moves back in to re-steal it. Alberta trying to send the ball forward, and that goes off one of those black and red shirts. 75th minute as Ontario comes forward. It's Patterson. Has a look for Ontario. Patterson cuts back toward the middle. Patterson off the left foot, and that'll be gobbled up by Varney.
Yeah, I mean, another great shooting opportunity by Team Ontario right there. Isaiah Patterson, with some room, elects to take the shot, which, you know, the keeper wouldn't really expect. Another great opportunity from her.
Keeper getting a little bit of help with her shoe as we get back underway. Team Alberta under pressure immediately as Ontario steps up. Patterson won the ball. Moved in looking for Taylor. That'll be knocked away. Taylor back for Cochran. Cochran avoids the defense. Goes out wide for Patterson. Bounces off of her. Alberta trying to shepherd it over the line, and they will do so for a goal kick. One last reminder, we've talked about the penalty shootout and the team's thinking about the penalty shootout because there is no extra time in this matchup. That will only happen in the gold medal game. So should this thing be tied, when we hit full time, we go directly to penalty kicks. Although Ontario right there, the ball is spilled, still on the ground. Taylor with the shot, didn't get through, and Alberta clears it out of the area.
What an unbelievable save by Jill Varney, getting back and recovering. Oh, that was really close for Team Alberta. Ontario have yet to concede in this tournament so far. Haven't allowed any goals through almost 240 minutes of play. Here's the replay of this. Ball popping up in the air, coming down. There's the collision. I don't know if it would have counted anyway due to that collision right there.
I believe there was a foul.
I mean, still a great save either way, just to be safe.
Okay, I guess the team's had one more sub still to make.
So Ayana Reed-Garvey checking into the game for Team Alberta.
Reed-Garvey does have a goal in this competition. Looking for those players who can find the back of the net. Alberta toward goal. That'll take a bounce and be gathered up by Boucher. '78th minute. Alberta calling for the ball to be played forward, but it went too far. That's Boucher once again, and she will launch it back up the pitch. Walia stops it in the middle. Nemard on the outside. Cochran lifting it forward for Ontario, goes out for an Alberta throw. And anything that involves good news for blue and white, getting massive cheers right now. Just outside our broadcast position, Alberta's brought a ton of cowbells and they're making a lot of noise. Maybe not quite as much as PEI earlier that brought about 10 buckets to use as drums. Ontario keeping the ball away, back in their own end. Patterson spinning around, finding space for herself. Patterson will send it forward. Cleared away again by Team Alberta.
Flags up.
So offside goes Alberta, and an Ontario free kick. Walia just driving it back again for Team Alberta. Alberta pressing, they're gonna win the ball here. Alberta out wide, can't hit it with the left foot, and don't get a shot as it's taken back away by Opong. Opong down the wing. Olmize. Olmize for Ontario into the middle. Plays it off right there. And Ontario won't get the shot on goal as Rufer tried to dish off. Rufer will throw it back in for Ontario, right back into the box. And a foul against Ontario as the Alberta defender knocked down. That was Shep. Assistant referee getting ready to raise that board to tell us how much longer we've got to go here before penalties.
3 minutes.
3 minutes left to decide if somebody can score a goal here in open play. Ontario trying to run onto the ball is Nemhard. Nemhard's still there. She'll play it back where she's got a little help. Lifted back into the box. Headed down and doesn't go toward goal. Given back away. A little bump and that'll be a free kick.
That's a tough one to give up for Team Alberta. Just trying to win that ball back, colliding. And Ontario with a chance to score a goal they'll never forget here from just outside the 18-yard box. It'll be interesting to see if they take the chance and shoot this or if they're going to try to use a bit of trickery.
Standing behind the ball is Iris Opong. The Alberta wall is set. Over a minute of the 3 elapsed. As Opong steps forward, gets it in, and out wide. It'll be a goal kick for Alberta. Opong elects to go over the wall, but just pulls it wide of that right side post. Alberta ball once again on the throw. Every time Alberta sends it forward, there's an Ontario boot to send it right back. Well won there by Alberta, but once again, Ontario. Alberta doesn't get more than a touch or two before it's one of those black and red jerseys back in possession. This will roll out. Both teams' arms go up to say that's mine. But it is going to be an Ontario throw. Hustling to get it in is Toy.
Just 30 seconds left to play.
Plus probably a little more as that went out. Ontario can't believe they don't have a corner, but they do not. Goal kick is the decision. So we had some dead ball time as they were setting up for that dangerous free kick from Opong earlier. So I imagine we've got another 30, 45 seconds, but I'm not the one with the watch. Nope. Referee shuts it down. We are going to kicks. Alberta, Ontario, 80 minutes decides nothing. And now it will be in the hands, or rather the boots, of 5 kickers per side, and of course the goaltenders. Who can come up big?
Well, we talked about this in the gold medal game of the men's division. This is where if you're a goalkeeper, you have to be mean. You have to try to get in the other players' heads. You have to, fool around with the ball a bit, come up, maybe kick it away from them, throw it to the other side. You have to be mean as the goalkeeper because there's no pressure on you. There's absolutely no pressure on you as the goalkeeper in the PK shootout. It's all on the player, and you need to make sure that the player knows that. Speaking as a goalkeeper myself, you have to make sure that the player knows that the pressure is on them. So whichever team usually wins is the moment the keeper that does that the best.
True enough, the player is expected to score. The goaltender is not expected to come up with the save in the penalty shootout. It's one-on-one. The net is gigantic. It looks like the easiest thing in the world. But in this moment, suddenly that net looks a lot smaller when you're standing at the spot.
Well, we don't have to worry about anybody charging the pitch this time, like we did last time. The Volunteers aren't too stressed out about this one.
And so we've already had 2 penalty shootouts today. Yukon and Northwest Territories went to kicks. That one lasted only 4 rounds, as Northwest Territories put only 1 of their 4 kicks in. Saskatchewan and Manitoba earlier today went to penalty kicks as well. That one took 6 rounds, won 5-4 by Team Saskatchewan. And now Ontario and Alberta. They will take the kicks down at the back side of the stadium.
So Alberta have already been in this scenario. They have the experience heading into this. So Ontario, win or lose, still haven't conceded in this tournament in open play yet, or at all.
At all, these don't count.
Yeah, 3 clean sheets for them. Defense wins championships. Alberta have only conceded twice so far, once against Saskatchewan, once against Team NL. None here today.
Teams lined up at center, and Alberta to kick first. Number 9, Emma Colbert. Madeleine Boucher, the goaltender for Ontario. Colbert steps back, straight on the ball. Takes her shot, and in. 1-0 Alberta in the penalty shootout.
You know, going down the middle is a great decision by Emma Colbert. The keeper expects you to go left or right, so for her to just smash it right down the middle of the net, forcing Boucher to reach back. Great, great penalty kick to give Alberta the advantage.
It takes some guts to do that one, that's for sure. And the goaltender reached back, got her mitts on it, but just not enough. So Ontario will also send out their number 9, Sabrina Mora, to go one-on-one with Jill Varney. Mora takes a few steps back to the right of the ball. She's taken more than a few steps back, outside of the 18. Hops over to her left, here she comes.
Beautiful.
Not
the trickery there.
Yeah, not a ton of power, just controlled. Right where she wanted that one, rolling it across the ground and in. Both shooters score on the first attempts.
Well, she started off left-footed. Understandable that Varney went to the left side to try to save that PK, and then she switched midway through. Smart heads-up play by her.
Clara Monk, number 8 for Team Alberta. The captain from the left side of the ball. Slowly in, and bang, puts it home. Some people do the little stutter steps, really slow up to the ball. She knew what she was doing before she got to the spot. No hesitation.
Yeah, another great pen by Team Alberta. That one looked like it went down the middle once again from them. Just so good, those stutter steps throwing off the keeper. And bang, yeah, another one up the middle. Well done by Team Alberta. 2 beautiful PKs, 3 beautiful PKs from both teams so far.
Number 14, Opong for Team Ontario. Opong, the first one to go high, tucks it under the bar and in. Once again, we are square, 2-2.
Yeah, that's a great pen. It's hard to get it upstairs and to keep it in play. Well done from her. Love that, taking the chance to go up high. Keeper didn't even have time to react. That's how fast that PK was. Wonderful job by Opong. You know, don't sleep on those defenders. I think the defenders are some of the best PK takers that we usually see because they got the power and usually the precision.
Here is Shep for Alberta. Steps up, fires, beats the keeper. Boucher goes the right way and just cannot stop that bullet from Shep.
First time Alberta hasn't gone down the middle. Boucher guessing the right way. That one just too much out of reach, picking that corner so beautifully. Alberta 3 for 3 so far. What a great pen. Look at that. It just kept going and going until it rung the twine.
Up next, the captain for Ontario. Nemhard. A few hops. Slowly. Nemhard takes a shot. Saved by Varney! Unorthodox movement, shall we call it, from Nemhard, as she takes a few hops, slowly walking up to the ball, delivers, and Varney makes the stop for Alberta. Good patience on the keeper.
Yeah, what a great save by Varney. Look at this, just creeping up to the ball. This is a difficult one to read as the keeper didn't even need to dive, just kind of pushed up to make that save. Well done. Alberta are a perfect 7 for 7 from the spot so far in this tournament. Will they go 8 for 8?
The shot is in, up in that top corner. Ojong Tabet scores for Alberta.
Another great pen. Absolutely beautiful. Alberta, so good in the PK shootout. We saw that 48 hours ago. We're seeing it again here, and look at the relief on them. They have the advantage. If Ontario is to miss this one, Alberta books their ticket to the gold medal matchup.
So Ontario will go with Roofer. Coming at it, and Roofer gets the keeper going one way. She puts the ball the other. Still alive.
Yeah, Roofer making the Bee Gees proud with that one. What a way to stay alive in this shootout. 3 goals in this tournament for Team Ontario. Keeps her head up the whole way. Saw that Varney was going to the left. Kept a cool head, tapped it in. But if Alberta score this one, they're off to the gold medal matchup.
Well, no pressure, right? Dan Cox for Alberta. Save by Boucher!
Alberta's first penalty miss of this tournament. Comes on the biggest one. What a save by Boucher. Wow, she's guessed that right side 4 times so far. This time she finally gets it, and at the biggest time, Alberta still with the advantage. Ontario need to score to stay alive.
Number 11, Omize for Team Ontario. Goaltender a little bit to her right side again. Almost daring Omize to go over there. Moves up, takes the shot, and it got through. Throws up the O. Ontario battles back, and we're 4-4 through 5 shooters each. It's sudden death.
Well, it was 4-2 in the PK shootout. Now it's 4-4. Ontario settling in nicely, throwing up the O. Is that for Ontario or for Omize? Who knows?
Why not both? Round 6. Number 5, Regan Toy for Alberta.
Toy didn't start the game.
Oh, and she puts it wide, trying to go in that bottom corner. And Toy drops to her knees. Ontario, advantage. Picked out her spot, tries to tuck it in, and missed it by that much, about a ball width. Ontario for the win. It's Cochran. Megan Cochran delivers Ontario to the gold medal final. 5-4 in a 6-round penalty shootout over Alberta.
Wow, what an unbelievable pen from Cochran. What a way to battle back from Team Ontario. A huge shout out to Madeline Boucher, picking up a huge stop to get them to where they are right now. Ontario heading to their 4th straight gold medal game on the women's side of the Canada Summer Games.
An absolute powerhouse that was just about stopped here today by Alberta. 2 quality sides, group winners. 80 minutes, solved nothing. It had to go to a shootout. It had to go all the way to a 6th round of a shootout. And Alberta falls just short. They will be back tomorrow, still in contention for a medal. Alberta will still play for the bronze medal tomorrow. We'll have the broadcast of it, but it's not what they wanted. And it will be Ontario moving on to tomorrow's last game, the gold medal final. So many opportunities in this game. Balls in the box, there were corners, shots from distance, from in close. And it was just blocks, it was defense. The story of the day, it was a physical game. These two teams had to work so hard to get this thing here. In the end, nothing happens through 80 minutes. They go all the way to the shootout, and it's Team Ontario who comes through in the 6th round. Cochrane able to deliver. Some wonderful kicks along the way. The big save from Varney that put Ontario or Alberta ahead. Not to be outdone, Boucher answers back, and Cochrane's winner. That sends Ontario to tomorrow's gold medal match. What a game in women's soccer here at the 2025 Canada Games. For my compatriot Seth Hyde, my name is Matt Little, bidding you good night from King George V, and we'll be back tomorrow for the medals. Don't you dare miss it from the 2025 Canada Games in women's soccer.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store, fuel the spirit.